So today I'm going to show you a Furlex 204S furling unit. This is the latest series from Selden Furlex. We are going to be taking apart the previous generation here in a few days, so we'll do a video on that as well. But we're going to start from the top just to show you how these things are put together. So we have the forestay right here. We're about to build this one. This is a set of bearing halves that are going to go around the wire and insert down into the upper foil here. Every foil section on a Furlex has this plastic spacer piece that holds the joiners in place, and we're going to see that in a minute. But essentially this plastic piece is stopped from going up any further by these upper bearing inserts. So as we go down here, we can see a joiner. Now there is another piece of plastic inside this one. I didn't slide them all out, but they're all cut the same length. So what happens is this joiner clip here will clip into that hole and this hole when they're pushed together, and it'll be held in place by this aluminum joiner sleeve that's slid in from the top and bottom really, and then the plastic extrusions hold them in place. So as we make our way down, we'll see another joiner held in place with plastic either side. Same thing. These sections are 2.4 meters long, except for the top one that is cut to a specific length. We're not really doing a build instruction video here. We're just talking about how it's put together and the internal components. So here is another one. You can see I got the plastic out of this one just so you can see. Plastic again holds the joiner sleeve in place, which retains that clip in the two holes, and that's what holds your foils together, stops them coming apart. The very bottom one is a longer joiner clip, and that allows for the space for the pre-feeder. So here's a longer joiner clip here, and the joiner sleeve. I hope I'm using the right terminology. I can never remember. This is the halyard swivel. This would be slid on during the build process. And then right at the bottom here is the furling drum. There's a hole in the front and back side of that foil extrusion. These two bottom bushing or bearing clips are going to be slid up inside there and locate with their respective holes that line up. And those holes line up with these two lugs that are inside these upper clamp halves that clamp onto the top of the drum. So to disengage your furler from the foils, you're going to be taking out the opposing set screws. There's one here and one here, and these two halves will come apart and then disengage from the two holes in the bottom of that extrusion. There is also a clevis pin that runs through here, and that locates the drum on the bottom of the furler, and that pins through that hole right there in the turnbuckle. So that pin would have to be removed also to strip the unit. That's really all there is to it. You can get an idea. This is a Island Packet 349 brand new roller furler, Selden Furlex. Quick example of how this goes together. So we push the joiner past, and then Scott's gonna push up on the bottom here. I'll show from this side. Yep.
Yeah, if you could just kind of make sure I stay lined up.
Got you there. All right, now we're pushing the joiner sleeve in place, sliding it into place. Now this is the long one where the pre-feeder is going to go. On all the others you can't see this exposed section of the joiner sleeve. So like on one of these here, this is the exact same thing, only the joiner sleeve isn't over long, so that the two foil sections are close together. And there is a gap there that's normal. It's to allow for flex, just in case you're wondering.